the first thing that we're going to do is we have our face here, and we have half of it empty.
Right.
And in order to redraw that face, you could use anything. I mean, you could go in there with a pencil or anything, but I'm going to show you one of my very, very favorite techniques, and it involves using a white brush pen and a gray one. And this is the warm gray. They have cool gray colors and all this, but this is a nice dark gray, and these have India ink in them.
Okay.
So while they're still wet, you can manipulate that with a wet brush, which I'm going to show you. And the cool thing is that they're permanent when they're dry, so you could go in with other media on top of it. So I'm just going to take the pen, and then I'm also going to take a brush, and I'm going to get my brush a little bit wet. The key to doing this is that you have to react fairly quickly, because if you don't, the ink will dry and then it's permanent. So I like to suggest starting off small and then getting bigger. And certainly if you were worried about drawing the face on, you could take a pencil and lightly draw with a pencil first if you're worried about going in there directly with ink. It's up to you. To me, it makes a really interesting face, so I don't worry too much about it being perfect. I just want it to be interesting. So if you can kind of get to that point in your journaling where you quit worrying about it being, you know, perfect, and just make it be interesting, because that's what we want, is an interesting face. And see how that washed out with a wet brush?
Yes.
Very, very easy. So then I'll just wet it. If your brush starts getting too muddy, then you want to wet it again. And I'm going to go in here now, and I'm going to add where her eyebrow is, and I'm just going to kind of mirror the other side, and I'm not going to be worried about, like I said, about it being perfect. Add a little eye pupil, a little bit above and a little bit under, and then I'm going to go in with my brush again and activate that and kind of pull it around. So see how it makes like a little smoky kind of eye. I can go back and refine that later with more pen. But right now I'm just trying to kind of establish a little bit of the shading on the face, and I'm going to work my way around, give a little bit to the ear here, and then go down and add in her nose here and wash that out. And it's really just a matter of playing back and forth, and you can layer this ink up and get really dark in areas. I like to kind of stay a little bit light at first and then go back in and add more darkness. A little bit under her lip and then under her chin. So I'm going to draw in just basically a little chin line and go around.